They thought it was just a prank. College dare. A night of laughter. But what unfolded in the dim glow of that abandoned frat house was something no one could explain. And it all started with a missing roommate and a camera that never stopped recording. In 2018, a group of university students from a small town in Oregon decided to film a Halloween video. They chose an abandoned fraternity house just outside campus, notorious for being the site of a double homicide back in the 1980s. Local legends claimed the murders were never solved, that the killer was never caught, that sometimes, late at night, you could still hear the screams echoing through the decaying walls. But to these students, it was just urban legend. The perfect location for a spooky viral video. Nothing more. Among them was David Lynn, a quiet film major with a fascination for horror. He brought the camera. His best friend Kyle brought the prop blood. 2 others came along to act in the found footage scene. The plan? To fake a murder, scream, run, and post it online for Halloween. What none of them knew was that someone else was already inside, waiting. They began filming just past midnight. The script was improvised. Kyle would lunge at one of the girls with a plastic knife, and David would film the chaos. The lights didn't work, so they brought headlamps, a flashlight, and a red lantern to set the mood. As they moved into the second floor, the girl playing the victim, Erica, screamed, louder than she was supposed to. She said someone grabbed her in the hallway. They laughed, called her dramatic, told her to stick to the script. But when she started crying, the laughter stopped. They searched the hallway. No one, just peeling wallpaper and broken glass. David checked the footage, rewound the last few seconds, and that's when they saw it. A tall figure in the background, motionless, just watching. Kyle, still thinking this was part of the prank, went down the hallway. He joked, saying, "Nice costume, bro." He turned the corner and never came back. At first, they thought he was hiding, trying to scare them, but then David heard it, a dragging sound, like something heavy being pulled across the wooden floor. He called Kyle's name. No answer, only the sound of distant breathing. Close, too close. They followed the sound and found the camera, still recording, lying in a pool of blood. But no Kyle. Panic set in. They tried to leave, but the front door was blocked. Furniture they hadn't touched was now piled high behind them. The windows were boarded from the outside. Trapped. David checked his phone. No signal. Not even emergency calls. Then the lights flickered. Not from their flashlights. From the ceiling. There was no electricity in that building. So, where was the power coming from? Suddenly, a voice echoed through the hall. Low, hoarse, inhuman. It whispered names. Their names. One by one. The group ran to the back entrance, only to find a message scratched onto the wall. 6 entered. None leave. But there were only 5 of them, right? David looked around, counted again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where was Erica? They heard her scream from the attic. But the ladder was gone. Someone had taken it. Or someone didn't want them to find her. By the time they got to the attic, only her phone remained, recording. The final video? Just 4 seconds. A close-up of her terrified face. And behind her, a hand, holding a real knife. The authorities eventually found David's footage. But not David. Not Kyle. Not Erica. Only 2 of them made it out. And neither of them remembered how. To this day, no one knows who or what was inside that house. Some say it was a deranged squatter. Others say it was a ghost reliving the 1980s murders. But there's one theory the police never addressed publicly. That the original killer from the 1980s was never human. They thought it was a prank until they saw the knife. A knife that was never found. And the footage? It was mysteriously deleted from police archives. But a copy resurfaced on the dark web for just 72 hours. Then it vanished. Some say if you find the clip, you'll see something different each time you play it. Something that watches you back. So what do you believe? A prank gone wrong? Or something much darker? Let us know in the comments, if you dare. But remember, sometimes the scariest thing isn't what you see on camera. It's what watches from behind the lens.